Like any industry, there are a ton of trends and buzzwords out there. Microlearning is no different. In this video, I'm going to dive into what microlearning is and why it's here to stay, coming up. Hi there, I'm MB, and you've landed in the universe of Learning with MB, where every week I release new content to help you master the science of educational content creation. There are more videos just like this one that cover the science of instructional design, along with tips and tutorials to help you create awesome learning content. So if you're new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss out. All right, so you've probably heard the term microlearning before, at least once in your learning journey. But what actually is it? Is it just a trend? Or is it something that people say when they really mean short course or short video? So officially, the definition of microlearning is a bit unclear and kind of fuzzy. So unless you want to dive into the definitions of micro content, learning objects, or micro-learning objects, I don't want to either. But I won't bore you with all of that. If you're a nerd like me and you want to dive into that, I've linked a research article below. But what you need to understand is that micro-learning is self-contained learning content that can live on its own. Since our attention spans have shrunk by about 50%, that's huge, over the last decade, it makes sense why microlearning has become a growing trend among instructional designers and educational content creators like yourself. Not to mention that the application for just-in-time learning content and on-the-job training, it has become super accessible and super easy to use. It's here to stay. There's no doubt about that. In fact, in a study from the Association for Talent Development, 53% of employees actually prefer microlearning to traditional or formal learning. That's huge. That means that more than half of your employees and more than half of your learners prefer microlearning and prefer small bite-sized chunks of learning to your formal courses or your formal in-person learning. So imagine if your learners could find the exact bite-sized piece of information that they needed in the exact right moment while on the job to help them be successful. You have just created a magical learning moment. So why aren't we doing more of that? Why are we spending tons of time creating courses and these long, drawn-out scenarios and things when our learners actually are preferring these just-in-time, bite-sized pieces of information? Microlearning content, like I said, doesn't have to be super fancy, although it can be. You can create bite-sized courses if you want. There are a ton of different learning management systems that cater specifically to microlearning and microlearning content. Or you can also make it simple and use a non-traditional route with like videos just like this, wink, wink. Or things like just text, short paragraphs. Technically, even email counts as microlearning if it's self-contained and can live on its own. Images, photos, illustrations, this is where infographics are a great use of microlearning. Videos, especially ones that can be accessed on mobile, are huge for microlearning. 1-minute videos are huge for information retention. And actually 60 seconds of video content was shown to mimic 1.8 million written words of training retention. That's huge. Even short audio clips. Tell me you can remember song lyrics from when you were in middle school, but you can't remember what you ate for lunch yesterday. Music is super powerful for microlearning, even a short song related to it. Even adults like to sing. Short tests and quizzes. The word test gets a little scary, but people love trivia. If you send out a quick trivia question, quick quiz question, knowledge check question to help recall that information, that's a huge microlearning moment, a huge on-the-job learning moment to help recall that information. Great for learning, great for on-the-job learning, huge for your workforce. Games, but these need to be simple, single-screen challenges, not super complex. Little simple matching games, things like that. Remember, microlearning is self-contained and can live on its own. All right, so fun fact of the day. The average employee only has 4.8 minutes or 1% of their working week to devote to development. That leads me to the question of the day. How do you use microlearning in your organization? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. Every week, I release new videos with tips, tools, and tutorials to help you master the science of educational content creation to make you a better instructional designer. I'll see you there.